I think I'm going to have a drink. Would you care to join me?
No, thanks. Actually, if I can't talk to Alan, I'd just as soon go back to the hotel and change for dinner.
Oh, I really should apologize to you for not inviting you out to dinner, but we'll do it soon, I promise you. I know just how lonely it can be, being new in a brand new city.
Well, to tell you the honest truth, I haven't had a chance to get lonely. At least not yet. Ross Marler has been a one-man welcome wagon. He has taken me to lunch and dinner every day since I've been here. And today, we're going first to his brother's house for a drink, and then we're going to dinner.
Well, good for you, Carrie.
I beg your pardon?
Ross was very, involved with Vanessa Chamberlain for the longest time. And then he developed an absolute fascination for this bland little shop girl type.
Excuse me, Diane. Ross Marler and I are not very involved, or very anything for that matter. I like him, I think he likes me, and we enjoy spending time together, and that's really where the story begins and ends.
Well, I am delighted to hear it all the same.
Excuse me, Diane. Oh, how are you, Miss Todd?
Carrie, please.
Oh, all right.
I'm just fine, thank you, Henry.
Are you enjoying working here?
I am very much, but I must be going if you'll both excuse me. Henry, it's a pleasure to see you. Diane, good night.
Good night.
Nice girl.
Well, what can I do for you?
I left several messages for you today. Didn't you get any of them?
Oh, yes, I got them all, but I've been very busy.
Yes, I'm always very busy, but I somehow manage to return people's calls.
Henry, if you are unhappy with me, or with anything else around here, why don't you just complain to Alan?
Miss Ballard, Alan told me today that his father's papers and correspondence are locked away in a storeroom in the basement here, and you have a key?
Yes, that's right. I have the only key. Why?
Well, Alan said he was keeping those letters in case a biographer might want them as reference material for a biography of Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me that if there were any personal letters of mine among them, that I could remove them before some eager beaver biographer started working on them.
Uh-huh. Well, one day when I have a spare minute or two, we'll go over those files together.
That won't be necessary. I can go through them all. It'll probably take some time.
Oh, no, not really. You see, Brandon's secretary went through all of his papers and filed them neatly away before Alan moved all that stuff into the storeroom. So, as I said, when I have the time to take you down there, I'm sure that you'll find all of your personal letters in no time. If, as you say, Brandon even kept them.
Thank you. Oh, and I would appreciate your finding the time as quickly as possible. Oh, Alan.
Well, you're here awfully late.
Yes, I'm just going. Good night, all.
Well, how did your talk go with Bert?
Fine.
How's Hope?
She's all right, I guess. There was an urgent call from her while I was talking to Bert, which is a little alarming, but when Bert got back, she said Hope simply wanted to invite her to dinner, which is a great relief.
Alan, no, you just have to learn to relax again.
Easier said than done.
Were you this nervous when Elizabeth was pregnant with Philip?
Now, there's a question to help me relax. Where did that come from?
Oh, I think it's a logical one. After all, from what you've told me, Elizabeth had a very difficult pregnancy. You and her doctor were close friends, weren't you? I think that's so interesting. As a matter of fact, I've always been curious about something.
What's that?
Were you and Paul Lacrosse friendly before he became Elizabeth's doctor, or did you get to know each other?
Diane, did you take this message from Jennifer?
Yes. She wanted to talk to you about the psychiatrist that you brought in to examine Amanda. Apparently, he saw her this afternoon.
And she said it went all right?
She said she was very encouraged, but she would like you to talk to her.
All right, fine. Make a note of it. I'll call him first thing in the morning.
Sure.
Oh, and I spoke to Ross, and he said he was going to redraft my will to see that Philip and Amanda got equal shares in my estate. Did he say anything to you about that?
Alan, don't you think that it would be best to wait until Hope has the baby? That way you'd only have to redo it once.
Yes, perhaps you're right.
Would you please put that away for a minute? Relax. You can pretend all you want, Alan. I know Philip isn't really your son, or Elizabeth's either. Of course, that won't stop you from making him a rich man one day, along with Amanda and this new baby of Hope's. I've got to find a way to stop you from leaving them control of this company. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I hurting you?
No, not at all. I'm afraid if you continue, I'll fall asleep.
Now, we will have none of that. We have a lot of work to do tonight.
I wonder why all my relationships aren't as straightforward and uncomplicated as ours is. I'll always be grateful to you for that.
Well, don't you think it's about time we started thinking about getting over to my place?